godparents of dear Bud. It just seems like yesterday I was holding you in the palm of my hand. And I seriously mean that. And I said, look at this tiny, tiny baby. And I wonder what he will be like as he grows up. And even though I wasn't there with you in the same era, you know, we lived in different states, your mom and your dad would tell me funny stories. And one of the funniest ones I remember was your mom said, I gotta tell you what Bud does when he takes a bath. You were like a baby, you know, I mean, you probably were like 2 or 3. And after you would take your bath with the rubber duckies, your mom said you would take each of the ducks and line them up nice and neat on the tub. She said, who does that? Who does that? She said, do you think he's going to be an accountant? A numbers guy? And I said, I hope not. And then that was like one of, I guess, the early sightings of just a little bit about who you are. You're very determined, you are a hard worker, you're methodical, and you follow through. So those were maybe a good early sign of what was to come though. But I'm going to take credit for this, for part of the law, because almost 22 years ago, you see, I graduated from law school. And Bud came to my hooding ceremony. And Pam was going to bring him. And this was in Cincinnati, Ohio. And we went to the airport to pick Pam and Bud up, and there was Billy. And I said, Billy, where's Pam? He said, well, Pam was not feeling well, and I'm here instead. Is that okay? I said, of course. And we were talking about this recently to another Richmond friend, George Martin, and he said, you know, I remember, the one thing I remember was that when Billy got off that plane, guess what he brought with him? Golf clubs. I said, Billy, when are you going to have time during graduation weekend to play golf? Which he did not, but he just brought them just in case. So you'll have to, now that Harvey has started golf, I hope that you two will pick that up together, since you're an expert. But anyway, I brought the pictures from my hooding with Bud, and he was 2.5 years old. Oh. And that was his first introduction into law. And I said, Bud, do you remember that occasion? He said, I just remember this red brick building, which was true. So you had some remembrance of that occasion. And we were talking about this earlier, we had this 3-hour dinner the night before graduation. And we were sitting in Kentucky, looking on we were on the Ohio River, looking over toward Cincinnati. It's a beautiful view if you've ever been out that way. And they had fireworks in the stadium because the Cincinnati Reds were playing that night. And Bud sat between me and his dad for 3 hours. And the restaurant was pumped, it was crowded, and we were sitting up there eating all sorts of seafood, and we said, here, Bud, here's some swordfish. And we said, oh, he's not going to eat it. What 2.5-year-old would eat swordfish? And Bud would just sit there and eat everything that we pushed on his plate. And the maitre d' at the end of the evening came over to me. He said, that has got to be the most well-behaved child that I have ever seen. Not a peep out of him for 3 hours. And again, I think that just kind of shed some light on the, young man that you grew up to be, bud. You know,
I don't know if I'm as well behaved.
well, you were exposed to, you know, a lot through your family, through us, and, you know, through other people. So all of these experiences have built upon, you built upon them. And you are who you are today as a result of all that you've been through. And everybody here loves you, and we wish you all the very best. We know you're going to be a great lawyer, and we do hope that you'll be able to come and spend a little time with us and maybe help Uncle Harvey out with some trial work and get your teeth in, you know, wet with the law.
Okay. Thank you.
But we will always be here to support you and love you.
Oh,
And I'm going to
that's so
pass
sweet.
these around because I want you all to look at these.
Thank you on that.
Yeah, thank you.